Hi, my name is Julianne, and today I'm going to be doing my June book haul. I don't normally do book hauls, like per month or whatever, but it's June and I have books to haul, so that's the title of the video. Before I jump into the books that I bought recently and some that were given to me, I would just like to say that I am on a book buying ban, which is a huge struggle. It's very difficult to not buy books when you love to buy books. It's a problem, I know. That's why I decided, after accumulating over 100 books that I have not yet read, to actually force myself to read a certain number of books before I'm allowed to buy new books. I accomplished that goal. I bought 4 new books, and then I have additional books that were gifted to me. The only exception to this rule of I have to read a certain number of books is Rick Riordan. Like, if he puts out a new book, I'm gonna buy it. So Barnes & Noble is doing a YA book club, and their first book was Again But Better by Christine Riccio. And this follows a college student who is on an exchange to England. She is there for a creative writing semester, or track program. The only issue is that her parents think she went there for a pre-med program, and so she has to lie to her parents about why she went to England. While she's there, she's hoping to make friends, and there may or may not be a romance. So that's kind of like the basic premise. It is a story about second chances. You'll find out what that means. Based off of the title and the little blurb thing there, I was able to figure out what the twist was that occurs halfway in the book. People who have read it, you know what I'm talking about. I literally read the title and I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be one of those books. I know what's gonna happen. So I did like it. I can't say that I loved it. I don't know. I wasn't reading at a time where I needed this book. You know, I felt like this was a book that was perfect if I was in high school or just starting college. But like, I was just in a mood for something that was crazy. I started trying to read Queens of Geek, I think was the book. I started it and I could barely get past the first few pages. It's not even that bad of a book. It's just I was not in the mindset for that book. Like, I needed something crazy. I couldn't handle anything really contemporary. You know, like I needed something crazy and surreal. So this book wasn't really fitting the mood for me that well, but I still enjoyed it even though it wasn't the book genre that I wanted at that time. So that's why I feel like I didn't mesh with the book as much, because I just wasn't really in the mood for this kind of story, but I wanted to read it because of the book club. I did have some issues with it that I would say are kind of more or less minor, which I'll put in my book review. So, but like the overall story I enjoyed. I really like the message of the story, which is just like, follow your path even if your family is an asshole. That's what I got out of it, at least. It's just like, follow your own path, you know, like don't let other people stop you from doing what you know, want or what you believe in, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I think that's a good message. You know, I do think this is perfect for people who are like at the end of high school, beginning of college. I think this is a perfect story for people in that time of their life. So the next book that I want to talk about, which is actually the perfect book that I got this book because I wanted something crazy and surreal. The book that I got was Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. I read the Alex Crow and I loved it. This book is great. It's just, there's something I'm noticing about Andrew Smith is that all his characters are horny little teenagers, and so it's a bit weird reading from that perspective. You know, just a bit weird. Just like, okay, it's like reading Be More Chill by Ned Vizzini all over again. But like, seriously, this book is crazy so far, and on page 128. I started this yesterday. I love it. It's great. This is just perfect for my mood. Like, I just want something weird. Like, that's what I wanted, and Andrew Smith is delivering it, because he knows how to deliver that weird, surreal shit. So far, I think I like the Alex Crow more, but I'll have to finish this book to really let you guys know. I also really love this cover. I've seen other covers, but I really like this for some reason. I just look at it and I'm like, it was great. This book, I heard, all I knew about it was there was giant grasshoppers, and that's it. And I was like, I'm sold. But the first page, the first little like section, as soon as I read it, I was like, yep, I made the perfect choice. Like, I was sold. But the thing that I find about his books that it's not for everyone. I don't know if I should say this because I know people I know are gonna watch this and be like, wait, you like this book that's full of this stuff? But basically, this book, as I said, has horny little teenagers, and by teenagers I mean boys. And so there's the phrase "that made me so horny" happens so many times. It's like reading Be More Chill all over again, I swear to God. Which also kind of a weird, surreal, sci-fi kind of story. Love it. Amazing. Highly recommend it. So there's a lot of talk about horniness and masturbation. This is a book that would be banned at high schools. Which is hilarious because in the book they talk about a book that was banned from high schools. So, anyways, I do think it's a good book. If you're gonna go into it, I feel like that's something to warn people about, just in case you don't want to read about that, or, you know, it throws you off too much. Anyways, so I still like this book, even with all that stuff. I think maybe because I read Be More Chill, I'm like used to it at this point, and I read the Alex Crow, which, the phrase "punching the clown" is now forever scarred into my brain. Still a good book. By the way, we haven't gotten to Giant Grasshoppers yet, but it is surreal. So if you're in the mood for a weird-ass book, highly recommend Alex Crow. Also this book. And then the next two books that I got, that I didn't even know these were coming out because I didn't catch up on the podcast yet. So I had no idea that these were even happening. The two books that I got were 2 more Night Vale books. I am adding to this collection. Seriously, Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor are my new Rick Riordan. Whatever they put out, I'm buy. Seriously. So I got The Buying of Lot 37 and Who's a Good Boy, which are the Volume 3 and Volume 4, which are the script books from the show. I love these covers. I'm so excited to read these. I love this so much. And actually what I did, I'm not sure if I did this for the first volume, but for the second volume, what I did was whenever I got to the weather, I would stop, I would listen to that song, and then I would continue reading. And it was just like, it was nice doing it that way. I actually recommend whenever you get to the part in the script where it says, now to the weather, I actually just sit down and I listen to the song and I just feel the music and then I continue reading. And it makes the experience really nice. Highly anticipating these. I'm going to already say that this is a 10 out of 5. I love it already because it's Night Vale. How can you not love it? Also, this is weird as shit, so if you're in the mood for some real stuff, Night Vale is the way to go. Also, it's a podcast, in case people don't know. I just assume everyone knows that at this point. And it's a weird podcast that takes place in a weird town. It's great. So those were the books that I bought. Now on to the books that were bought for me, and the book that was gifted to me. On the day that the YA Book Club happened, I was there, and my boyfriend was there. His name's Uriel. I've mentioned him before. He's this guy. He was in a video with me. He so kindly decided to buy me not 1 book, but 2 books. It was a great day. One of the books that I got was actually, I literally said this in my other video where I was like, I'm on a book buying ban, so I can't buy this book unless someone buys it for me. And I'm so happy he bought it for me because I was anticipating this once I found out about it, and it was The Chosen by Taran Matharu. I have a video on every single one of his books, so if you guys want to check those out, links down below. But I was so excited. This does not take place in the Summoner series, but it's a new series, and I'm hyped for it, and I'm excited to see what happens. There's nothing else to say about it. I'm hyped. I was checking it underneath. It's not, it was just normal black. It'd be cool if there was like a dragon there. I don't think there's dragons in his book, but cool like design here for the future, just saying. But the spine is nice. I like it. So next month, there's going to be obviously another book club meeting at Barnes & Noble, and so Uriel also bought me the next book, which is We Hunt the Flame, right? Yeah, that's what it's called. And it's by, actually I'm not going to pronounce it. I will put it here. I'm just going to butcher it, so I'm not going to attempt it. I apologize. I have no idea what this book is about, but I've heard buzz about it, and I was always curious. I think it's fantasy. I don't remember what this book is about, but I just know that I wanted to read it. So I'm hyped for this. Also, look at that. It has a nice feel and a nice, like, design here. Like, there's an arrow and swords. I am sold. Anyways, so during the book club, there was only me, Uriel, and the moderator's friend. That's it. Just 4 people talking about Christine's book. It was interesting because, like, I actually got to speak up because I wouldn't have spoken up if there's any more people, but I had to speak because Uriel hadn't read the book, and it was just like me and this other person. You know, like I had to say something. So I actually spoke up. So I was surprised that I actually was able to hold a conversation. But anyways, so for Christine's book, not many people showed up, and they do a giveaway in which they give away that book. And as you guys saw, I already have the book. It's a signed copy, and it wasn't even marked as a signed copy, so this was a pleasant surprise. I didn't need it, so I said that the moderator's friend, I was like, you can have the book. I don't need it. I have this. And they're like, no, we'll give you the book. So, I have 2 copies. I will give this one to a friend. I don't know who yet, but I'll give it away because I don't need it. Because they are identical. They are both signed. I don't need this second one. Anyways, thanks for watching this review. Book haul. Too many books in my hands. I should put these down. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Happy reading, and that's it. That's my outro. Bye. I think my phone's ringing. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Guess what?
What?
You're on camera.
I'm on camera?
Yeah, I'm recording a video right now.
Hi. Should I hang up?
Oh, I feel bad if you hang up.
It's okay, you can finish recording and then call
Okay.
me back.
Okay, I have, like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have, like, 6 more books to talk about, and then I'll call you right back.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.
When your boyfriend calls you in the middle of a video. Am I right, folks? I need to stop talking.